This is Burlington Northern Railroad, which you've seen on my channel. But today I just want to talk about the installation of the Squealer, which is a product that's made by ISE, Iowa Scaled Engineering. And it comes in a nice box with three components and a instruction book. And it's quite easy to install, except for one minor thing, which is the sensor in the track. I just want to show you how I installed it in a couple places here, and then we'll try gluing the sensor down. You can see the sensor in between the track here. On this is a double track section, so I put a sensor on both of these. There's the sensor there, and I'll just show you a little more calmly. Last time I did a video on this, I'm going to go under the layout now. It was a little too shaky. This is pretty shaky too, but I'm about to put it in a tripod. So I showed you the sensors. They're up under the track. And then these are the two circuit boards. And I've got them next to the outlet, which is a little scary. And then that black box is the speaker that comes with the Squealer. And just by way of background, they also included over here, there's a little SIM card reader, so you can put any sound you want in there. If you want cows mooing or something else when the train goes by, you can do that. So the couple of things I wanted to show you. One was I didn't want to power this thing with a whole bunch of different power supplies, so I put in a terminal strip here, and this orange and green wire that you see there is a 12 gauge wire, way more than needed, and it runs up the peninsula here, not the peninsula, the column. It runs up the column in a little conduit that I put on the side of the column. And you can see, if the light isn't too bright, let me block the light. You can see those two green and orange wires that I haven't painted blue yet. And I ran them underneath the ceiling over to the main area where I have all the electronics for the layout. And down below, I put in the other end of it. So see there are those two the green and orange wires onto another terminal strip. Sorry about the shaky video. And then I hooked that up to a third Squealer, which is over here, with a speaker, which I stuck onto the L girder with a little double-sided foam tape. And now the only thing remaining is to install this dangling sensor. See that? This is the sensor. We've got to get that top part that's flashing in the light there. We have to get that in between the ties. So that involves drilling a hole. Let me see if I can show you the hole. Can you see the hole in there? Yeah, see the hole? There's a circular hole there that I drilled for the sensor, and it went up to the track right there. And you can see the hole in the track. It's a little damaging, but I know the best way to do this is to install it before you lay the track. I'm going to put this in a tripod so you can see me attempting to glue this permanently. Now, before I do that, let me just show you what I'm using here. This is a product called Bondic. I got this idea from Brian Melchlip. And it's a type of ultraviolet sensitive glue. It has a little ultraviolet light. Can you see that? Yeah, it lights up. And you just take the glue out of the other end and put the glue on the thing to be glued, the victim, I guess we could call it. And then you shine it with ultraviolet light, which I'm about to demonstrate. So let me just try this and see if it works. It might not work, but that's always true, right? All right, we're gonna take this and figure out how to get it up into that hole. A lot of wires there now. Oh yeah, you saw that, how hard it was to see. Okay, here it is. See, there it came up. And I'm gonna see if I can get my left hand in there. This is gonna be a little tricky. Now, you'll also notice that I mashed one of the ties. So I'm going to try to push it over towards that tie. So what I'm planning to do is put glue on the right-hand side, of this hole, this opening. And am I getting any glue out of here? No. Why isn't it coming? There we go. I had to get some glue to appear out of that little knob. Now see, I'm going to put glue just there. It's underneath the tie on the side. And then I'm going to wedge it just the right height. I'm going to wedge it over. I need some kind of a, looks to me like I need a way to push that thing over. What would be the right tool? Maybe a toothpick? I'm wondering if I can use this X-Acto knife. I just want something to wedge it. Yeah, what do you guys think? I better get an X-Acto. I mean a toothpick. That X-Acto knife's a little scary. Well, let's see. If we look over for a toothpick, we might have a chance of finding one. What I want is a round toothpick. I hope you're enjoying the holiday season while you're watching this video. Or maybe you're not enjoying it and you'd rather watch a video. It's all good. Life is a strange thing. All right, now where was I? So this fell out, of course, this sensor. So this gives me an opportunity to put glue on both sides. I'll have it out of the hole. You can argue that I don't know what I'm doing, and you would be pretty much right about that. So let's go ahead now and shove that guy up there into the hole. Hopefully I can not make too much of a mess. The difficulty I have with the shoving part of this is that I'm right-handed, so I have to kind of use my right hand to find the hole. It's interesting how difficult this is. And then I have to get my left hand in there to hold it. Anyway, you know, the purpose of this video is to show you how not to fuss with the sensor. And the important thing is the sensor has to be aligned in the right way. And I'm going to use this toothpick to wedge that against the tie. The sensor is supposed to be right at the level of the tie. So I can use my ouch. Okay, I got both hands free now, which is a little scary. Now that's pretty centered, and it's moving in the right direction. It's not quite. Oops. See, this is why you need some kind of glue to keep it from moving around, because you've got that big hole. Okay, there we go. All right, we need to get it right in the middle and wedged right in the right spot. This is not working too well. I thought it would be easier than this. I've had that thought many times working with a model railroad. Okay, this is not helping at all. All right, so we're going to try a different approach now. If that didn't work. And that is we're going to put some more glue on there, because by now we've probably lost most of the glue. See if I can get some more out of this. There we go. I'm going to get more glue on the side and cover that up so that we don't. Then we're going to move this over right into the middle, right on the edge, and I'll try shining some ultraviolet light on this and see if that'll do the job. We have the right height? We do. We have the right height. And you see, the idea is this ultraviolet light makes the glue set. I don't know how well it works. I've only used this on a couple of different things. I thought it would be perfect for this, because if it sets and holds, I can always reinforce it. And it's seeming to be a little bit on the loose side. I'm wondering if I could, a little loose, but it is at least holding. But see, it's crooked. So clearly I need a filler. I need a filler over on the left side that will straighten that out. And that would be some kind of a wedge. A wedge made of soft, like a balsa wood wedge. So let's try that. And with any luck, I can put my hands on a balsa wood wedge. Who knows? You don't get to see me wandering around the basement looking frantically for a piece of balsa wood. I guess I wasn't too prepared for this. Shoot. Let's do something else. Let's take this over to the table. So at a minimum, you can watch me use a razor saw. Kind of basic. Now I just want to make a wedge. And a razor saw is a pretty decent way to do this. There are probably many others. I like the way that's going, but it's awfully slow. There we go. That's a little better. I know there's a million. I'm always calling this channel. This is dangerous because I'm going to hit my hand with it, right? There we go. That worked out all right. I'm always calling this channel Reality Model Railroading, and one of the things that happens in Reality Model Railroading is you don't get to use the right tool for the job or the right materials. You just end up compromising. So let's go back here and see if we can't fix this dire situation. Okay, now I'm going to put my right hand in here. We do have a little bit of glue holding. And what I'm thinking is, if I put that wedge here, I can put a little glue on that. Yeah, and it'll hold it just in the right spot. And that's nice and centered in the track. So we'll just try this again. We'll put some Bondic on that. We'll shine the ultraviolet on it. And then I'll have to come in and cut that wedge with a X-Acto knife. See, this is the cap for the Bondic. Now we'll check that one more time. It looks great, and we'll just squeeze the ultraviolet light on there. Yeah, you can see that all right. That's ultraviolet light hitting that glue. And the idea, oh, I didn't glue the other side of the, oh, well, I guess fine. We can do that. I'm not sure how well this is going to work, honestly. But at least you got to see me struggling to do something, as opposed to showing off ridiculously cool locomotives and all that regular stuff we do. All right, well, that's it for now. Unless you want to see, I'm going to have to spend some time cutting off this guy. Well, I could try that. Just let me get the X-Acto knife. We're going to have some trouble disguising that tie as well, but hopefully this will work all right. What I should have done, is see, is it glued? Yeah, it's nicely attached. What I should have done was wedge that piece of wood in from the bottom, and then we wouldn't have such a mess here. This could be a bit of a problem. What if I try to break it? Yeah, I just broke it off. That's a help. But see, now we have the problem of how do we make the tie look regular? Now this is the part in the program where I can glue see what happened was the Bondic wasn't on both sides, and we had the problem of we're not doing the tie. I should really rename this. I'll rename this video Burr Bungles Up the Installation of a perfectly good Squealer sensor. Let's get rid of that. All that stuff. Let's start again here. I'm actually kind of pleased at how well that Bondic attached itself to the wedge, but as you can see, we're down to we've got a different situation going on. All right, so let's try repositioning this again. Now I've broken the Bondic on both sides. We've got to make sure we get it we're facing the right way. What I'm thinking is that I could get it down lower, this wedge, and that would somehow help with the Bondic. It's not going to, though. All right, well, we'll try again. later. I just wanted you to see where I'm at. Let's call it a day for now. Anyway, thanks for watching, and sorry this was such a failure. But remember, it's reality model railroading, so that's what we do. We just try as hard as we can. See you later.